Yoda in the woods. Let's start the video with something absolutely shocking. A woman made an extremely unexpected discovery when she found a strange creature that looked a lot like Yoda from Star Wars skulking around her home. She managed to record the incident on video and post it online, and it proceeded to freak out the entire internet. The woman said in a Facebook post that the strange creature was watching a group of deer nearby her home, but that it would sometimes turn and stare straight at her. This happened in Minnesota, and there's no doubt that the creature in this video definitely resembles some kind of Yoda lookalike. Could it be an alien? Could it just be an ordinary animal? Or could it be some kind of an unidentified forest monster that nobody knows about? Unfortunately, the creature fled back into the forest and nobody has any idea what it was. It could have very well just been a cat, but the truth is that we'll probably never know. And besides, do you even want to know what the creature was? Crop circles in California. Do aliens create crop circles? Are they truly responsible for this strange phenomenon? I mean, what other than an alien ship could come down and craft a geometrically perfect shape in a field overnight? This was the question asked when California residents woke up to a mysterious crop circle that had happened at a farm over the weekend. This was in Salinas Valley near Monterey, and some claim to have seen two massive explosions of light just before dawn the morning before the crop circle was discovered. The BBC originally reported the story in December, claiming that nobody had come forward to say that they were responsible for the shapes flattened into the farmer's field. It definitely looked like the work of aliens. At least it did for about a week, until the technology firm Nvidia came out and said that they had created the crop circle as a stunt. The truth of this one definitely sucks. It would have been much cooler if aliens had created the crop circle rather than a technology company. But that just goes to show that most of the time, crop circles are not that mysterious, though we all definitely wish they were. Mada'in Salih. Mada'in Salih is one of the most fascinating archaeological sites in the world. It is a UNESCO World Heritage site that, according to UNESCO themselves, is the first property ever to be inscribed in Saudi Arabia. The place was formerly known as Hijra, and it was an ancient city located in the center of the Old World between Asia, Arabia, and Europe. It's also the biggest conserved site of the ancient civilization of the Nabateans south of Petra in Jordan. To look at photos, this place does not even look real. It looks like two interdimensional doorways carved into a random chunk of rock in the middle of an alien planet. Mada'in Salih features at least 50 inscriptions, many cave drawings, and monumental tombs that date from between the 1st century BC and the 1st century AD. In fact, this place is a unique monument to the Nabatean civilization with 111 monumental tombs. It's also just one of the least known wonders of any ancient civilization, even though it's just across the water from Egypt. To imagine the things that happened at this site over the last 4,000 years is truly boggling. Pufferfish builders. We already had one bogus crop circle on the list, but it's time to bring the subject back already. Only these crop circles have been appearing in the water off the coast of Australia, not in fields. They also are not crop circles at all, but strange ringed patterns in the sand that scientists have been confused over ever since the 1990s when they were first found off the coast of Japan. It took over 2 decades for scientists to figure out who or what was making these underwater designs in the sand. The answer is going to blow your socks off. According to a marine ecologist from the University of Western Australia, the bizarre underwater patterns are actually crafted by white-spotted pufferfish. It turns out that these are not underwater crop circles at all, but are actually nests dug out of the sand by pufferfish. Scientists are not quite sure why they do it, but it's definitely them. And yes, these are the same pufferfish that are extremely poisonous. Not only can the pufferfish kill you, but it's a better artist than you as well. Unexpected alien planet. There's nothing more mysterious or unexpected than finding a new planet. 2 veteran NASA missions whose goal it is to find new planets have recently discovered a world the size of Neptune circling a young star not far from us. The new planet is being called AU Mike B, which is honestly a pretty terrible name for a planet, but in any case, it's the behavior of its star that makes the planet so interesting. Its star is younger than ours and smaller, but for some reason it sends highly irradiated flares outwards into its cosmic neighborhood. The new planet is definitely not inhabitable, as it would be like living on Earth with our sun sending extremely powerful solar flares at us every other day. Or in other words, it would be like living inside a microwave set to random. Also, the planet is 32 light years away, a distance we probably will not get for another 1,000 years. However, this new planet and its volatile star are giving scientists a new and exciting look into the different type of solar systems located just a galactic stone throw from us. It's the first step to intergalactic exploration. The mystery of Genghis Khan. One of the greatest archaeological mysteries of all time is the location of Genghis Khan's burial place. It's believed that when the tomb is found, it will contain a ridiculous amount of treasure, and yet nobody has ever found it. According to legend, after the great king died, he was to be buried in secret. A special army carried his body home and killed anyone they encountered to hide their route. Then, when the emperor was laid to rest in the secret location, the soldiers rode 1,000 horses over the gravesite to destroy any trace of it. They did such a good job that in 800 years since Genghis Khan died, his tomb has remained a secret. Despite dozens of expeditions, not a single trace has been located. However, there is one clue. Folklore says that Genghis Khan was buried on a peak in the Khenti Mountains. However, scholars don't know where in the mountains he would be, and it's a pretty big region. Besides this, the Mongolian people don't actually want his tomb to be found. The great Khan wanted his burial place to remain a secret, and the people respect that. It's only the foreigners who come in and try to dig up the dead. The Amazon Sistine Chapel. Let's move on to something that has actually been discovered, not just a total mystery. Although this newest discovery in Colombia is even more mysterious than the lost tomb of Genghis Khan. A massive collection of rock art has just been found, and it's being labeled as the Sistine Chapel of the Amazon. This collection of artwork goes back 13,000 years. It was recently discovered by researchers deep in the Colombian Amazon, and it depicts a forgotten art style from the indigenous people who lived in the jungle way before Europeans even knew that there was a jungle on the other side of the ocean. How many rock paintings were found, you ask? There were tens of thousands of them, each scribbled onto a cliff face in the middle of the jungle. Because of how big it is, experts were saying it could take generations to fully study the depictions and understand what they all mean and what they say about life 13,000 years ago. And remember, this is cave artwork made by the first people who ever lived in the jungle. Ever. New sarcophagi. Everyone loves a good sarcophagus find. There's nothing better than when researchers dig up even more mummies and tombs, and while you expect this kind of thing to happen in Egypt, a brand new collection of sarcophagi has been found in Turkey, and it was completely unexpected. The discovery was made during an operation to stop illegal excavations in the area. While the authorities were using surveillance technology to find looters, they actually found a previously unknown section of the ancient city of Aphrodisias, which is in fact a UNESCO World Heritage site. Unfortunately, in all the excitement, the illegal excavators got away, but at least the authorities discovered 2 sarcophagi and a mysterious altar. It's unclear who exactly was buried inside the sarcophagi, but there was a depiction of Medusa found on one of the stone coffins. Could this be the actual sarcophagus of Medusa, the scorned woman from Greek mythology with snakes for hair? Initial estimates place the burials at least 2,300 years ago, so really anything is possible. Ancient Cambodian city. Everybody knows about Angkor Wat. It's the most impressive temple complex in the world and the biggest tourist attraction in Cambodia. It was also once the capital of the Khmer Empire, which ruled Southeast Asia from the 9th century to the 15th century. However, a new city has been discovered beneath the Cambodian jungle that for hundreds of years people thought was just a legend. As it turns out, the city of Mahendriparvata is 100% real, and it was found buried beneath thick vegetation on a Cambodian mountain very near to Angkor Wat. This city is roughly 1,000 years old. Despite this, researchers told Live Science that it had some of the best city planning of any ancient capital in history. The entire city is laid out in a grid that must have been perfectly planned before the city was actually built. It showcases an advanced style of urban development and state control, plus highly advanced water management systems. However, the city was never completely finished. The waterways were never completed, and it does not look like people lived in the place for very long. It was eventually lost to the jungle and reclaimed by nature. ORCs. ORCs are not what you think. It's actually an acronym for odd radio circles. They were first detected by scientists in September of 2019. An ORC is a strange cloud of radio emission hanging in space like a ghostly smoke ring. Nobody had ever seen anything like it previously, and guess what? There are a lot of them. They were spotted using a revolutionary new telescope in Australia while researchers were working to create an evolutionary map of the universe. The thing is that nobody knows what the strange smoky blobs hanging in space are. They're definitely not clouds of debris left behind by explosions, they've nothing to do with radial emissions from distant galaxies, and they appear to have nothing to do with any kind of gravitational field. Odd radio circles are so mysterious that researchers don't even have a clue. They could have something to do with fast radio bursts like the WOW signal, but it's unlikely. Some people have even suggested that ORCs could be the throats of wormholes in space. As of now, scientists are baffled. Which of these discoveries is the most amazing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in again for another amazing video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out.